as you would call it. I don't know. I just think it's a good one. We did not vote in a, right-wing psychopath. Yes, I said it. You know what I didn't vote for. And I didn't vote for that in the States either. Okay, now, welcome. Again, if you're here, it's lovely. If you're not, that's fine. I'm probably not doing this the right time of day anyway for anyone to catch it, so that's perfectly fine. What I did do is I created back in February, I don't know, I received a message to put this together of, I have to describe it without showing too much because I need to cover something. Yeah, there you go. That's good. I put together a card deck setup. Let me see if you could see it up close. Put it up close. You may not be able to see very well, but it's called the Merkaba. No, it's not spelled the way everybody likes to spell it, but I spelled it this way because I was told to. And in this, it is basically like Metatron's cube. It's like the seed of life. It's like the hexagon shape, which is a 6. If you want to add a 7 in there, hint, hint, this is what it's about when you're connecting with spirit. Hence, so 6 to 7, 7 to 6, it's the same thing. Hi, sweetheart. I heard, so, and then it's a spiral of life itself. Now, I don't usually do cards. I like them, but I don't really usually do them. But for fun, this came to me, and this is how it came. So there is a picture as a preview. I will try to do my best and put this back up. Hold on. Move my fingers. And it's, the number 7 is, there you go. You can take a screenshot now, I think. And probably zoom in bold and whatever you need to do. Wait, not that letter. There's some things I'm trying to cover. Alright, and that's what it is. I'll come closer so you can read it. And it's only 7 cards. So 7 for spirit, 4 soul, for your soul, 7 for everything spiritual and lovely and beautiful. Now, spirituality, what we do here in this community as well. Oh, sorry, I'm moving the camera's like bouncing off the bed. Now, 1 is, it kind of goes in a spiral anyway, so I'll hold it up again so you can all kind of see. It starts there. That's 1. And 1 is what you do see. It's the present element in whatever you're asking, questioning, figuring out. That's 1. 2 is what you don't see. It was a shadow element or whatever is in the background. Now, shadows aren't bad. Shadows are beautiful. Hi, honey. And then what you do see as well in number 3 is the hidden influence. Yeah. There's a hidden influence in plain sight. They always say, things hide in plain sight. Things are just always hiding in plain sight. Well, that's how it came. So this is 3. See how it's going in a circle? Dum, dum, dum. 3. Hidden element hiding in plain sight. I put this up if you wanted it already in the post, like you could do a public post thing. And I took a picture of it. So if you want to look at this better, it's there. And you can always just take a screenshot of that or whatever else, or just copy it or have fun with it. Enjoy. And then the 4th one is, I'm reading upside down, the internal help. So how to help yourself for success. So basically it's what you can do for yourself, because you are source. So what part of source within you can you use to help yourself? Community page. Thank you very much. Very good. Well said. That's exactly what it is. So that's 4. So now we did 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it's going in a circle. Then here's 4. That's what you could do for yourself. Now notice 4. So now going to 5. See, it's backwards on the camera, so it's weird for me. But there you go. That's 5. and this is for direct questions too, so don't even worry. It's the external help, those assisting us for success. So whatever outside influences or anything, anyone, could be star beings, could be whatever you want it to be, and just reading. So that's what this is. So one is an internal, one's an external. Now the whole process of this came as how duality has balance. So one part, how you see where at the bottom there's one, what you do see, and the next one says what you don't see. So what it says is what the present element you do see, and then there complements right next to it with the present element you don't see. That's hidden to you. And that's important because both aspects always work hand in hand. So if you're feeling kind of crappy, like my stomach has been off and I've been wanting to throw up for 3 days, just a thing. Now, what is it? I don't know, but I have to figure it out, and I have to take the time to do that. So what do? I would look at the actual element itself in plain sight and then ask myself what it is behind the scenes so I can figure it out in my own way. And then 3 is hidden influences in plain sight. And then it's funny. 3 goes with 6, but that's not funny because 3 and 6, I'll get to that in a second. 3 and 6 are 2 foundational numbers. 3 is the first foundation, 6 is the next foundation, 9 is the final foundation. I know I'm going fast, but this is just my I'm on chocolate. He got me a box of chocolates. So what we're going to do here is, after you go to the external help, right? You go to number 6, which is the hidden influence. So if that number 6 is hidden influence, so notice we started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 is a core issue. That's done. That's you connecting directly to source. Source saying this is this. This is what you asked. It's a direct questioning system. It's there to kind of make it easier. That's pretty cool, honey. So what we're trying to, what this came to me as is, if you have a really direct question, it could be anything. It could be anything. It could be mundane, it could be fantastic, it could be profound, it could be whatever. It doesn't matter, but it's direct to source. The source within you. So you can find your answers and help yourself and see what influences around you are affecting it. So if you see 1 and 2 balance each other, 4 and 5 balance each other, 3 and 6 balance each other. And it makes a perfect seed of life, apparently. And then Merkaba, which is the force field, or the energy field of the essence of who we are. And the spiral of life, and the hexagon, which is 6. Or you can do Metatron's cube as well. It's the same kind of thing. Depends on how you see these elements, and that's how they'll come through. So 2 hidden issues with... yeah, okay, right. Okay, so what happens is, yes, you have... There's a hidden... Yes, there are 2 hidden ones, but one's in plain sight. And one's not. Like one you can see, one you do see, and one you don't see. So one that's hidden in plain sight, you can see, funny enough. And the one that you don't see is a hidden influence, period. That's 6. So you're not going to see this hidden influence right away. This will take a bit to work towards, to figure out. Because there are many steps into our own evolution to figure things out as we go along. Good question. Now, I'm going to try it. I already did. I already put a spread out. I'm going to have to cover that one little pretty thing there, because I don't want that seen if it does go on camera. Now, and this, I made this in February, so kind of silly thing. Yeah, kind of like a blind spot. Yeah, it can be. It can, like for some exactly. Here she said, like some people call it a blind spot, some people don't. But it depends on how you want to translate that. So that's a very good way of looking at it. Excellent. 1. So I picked up the cards as a question, as the theme for this question was a before and after. There are many events in our lives that we have a before and an after. Like I'm sure everybody has a moment like before an election or after an election or before, I would say election because it's we just had one here. Um, okay. Have a good day, honey. Um, so what you do is you always have situations in your life that are what they are. And they're not always amazing and they're not always fantastic, but some are great, some are not. The ones that aren't so wonderful make us wonder. The ones we call traumatic. So to me, the first one is what we do see is a present element. And this is kind of like a before and the after. So like there's always a marker somewhere in your life where there is a before. Oh, before this happened, then this, now this is why my life is this way. Or before this happened, I made these choices next. It's kind of like the cause and effect within the laws of the universal laws. And it's also the compensation of those laws. So it's what you put into it, not just that you know comes back to you, but it goes in a full circle of an evolution. And once it leaves you as an energy, it evolves in itself and comes back to you. So then you get to feel it again to see what it is. So that's what you see and don't see. Have a wonderful play in this game here. So the first thing I was thinking was, if your before, let's say was, I was having a great time and then suddenly, I don't know, make a silly thing up. I broke my leg. I didn't break my leg, but someone broke their leg. Now when you break your leg and let's say you're a dancer, that's devastating. And if you're not a dancer, that's interesting. It's just annoying when you're not a dancer. But if you're a dancer and that is what you need to be able to dance, to be present, to be creative, to express, to be alive in your own way, that's the before and after. This is why when this reading, it applies to anyone going through or had that kind of situation where there's a before moment and you go, wow, after this event or this moment or this conscious thought came to mind, this after is very profoundly interesting. This is what this reading was. And it was also for the collective and the individual. Confusing, but it can apply to both. So whomever is watching this, if you do, I hope it applies. And if it doesn't, so sorry. Okay, so the before was touch the sky. Yeah, everyone believes that they can touch the sky. And the number is 32. So yeah, 3 foundation, 2 for duality, mirror image. You think everything is ready to go. These beautiful cards I got from Mother's Tarot, Loretta. Gorgeous cards, by the way. And there, she's just kind of extending her braid down like my little hair. She extended through the sky. And the sky is the limit, right? You can touch the sky. And then you have all this amazing, and this first one is a present element. This is what we're talking, this is what I was thinking about before and after. And here the card I got with it, to partner with it, was personal choice. And it says, I'll read it first. It says, close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are, it's an animal deck, just hint hint. What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. So together, these two are the present element. So you kind of had everything ready to go. Like, the sky's the limit. Anything, everything's ready. It's wonderful. And then, story of my life, shiitake mushrooms. The elements you don't see in the shadows. And here it comes. Can you hear me? It yells at you. It yells at you. You're sitting there floating in the ocean thinking, oh, look, I'm fantastic. Where's the rest of your body? It's not what you think is happening. This is what I'm talking about. The before and the after. In that moment, you're not realizing, you're thinking, look how fabulous I look. Because, yeah, she looks kind of fabulous in the water. And then you look down and you're not the same. You're not. You're just not. I don't know if you can feel that, but I can sense it. It's just kind of like you're looking at it and you're going, and it's saying, she's holding the shell to say, can you hear me? She becomes the shell because she's not listening to herself even. I wonder why this is saying, can you hear me? It's like, are you listening? You don't listen to yourself when you have the warning signs, do we? Not always. Not always. And then the card came up as a hummingbird, which is beautiful, and says miracles. How gorgeous are these cards? This was a gift from my lovely husband. And it says, you are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. And Mother's Tarot has been using this deck, this setup really well on her page for excellent readings, better than me, by the way. So if you're watching this, she's much better at cards than I am. Go to Mother's Tarot, Loretta. She's great. I'm not that good at cards. Reading them, that is. I can, but not describing them. But you see what it's saying? If you want to bring this joy, you have to look at the positivity of it. So if something comes up and you're thinking, are you listening? Can you hear this? What's going on? Focus on the positivity. Try to focus on being the positivity, because this isn't always what you expect. She thinks she's standing, but she's floating. Just saying this is what I'm getting from the card. It's very different when you read the book, because I really don't care for the book. But this is what I'm seeing. So the hidden element isn't horrible. It's just we're not really listening to our true selves, are we? We're given opportunities right now to be the best of ourselves in moments of absolute pure chaos. And I know this personal and public and all things in between, but guess what? They're here and we have to deal with them. So if we don't face them, it's going to keep screaming at you, can you hear me? And it's what you think it is. It's sort of the universe. Universe is saying, I'm talking. We're not working with what you said you're going to do. You said a challenge. You didn't want to be boring lifestyle. The whole lifetime is going to be boring if it's perfect. Here's your challenge. And now you're pushing it away because you don't want to handle it? No. You don't have the option, my dears. And number 3 is, do you see what you do see is the hidden influence in plain sight. So in plain sight, there is liberty. But you don't kind of sense it because she's just kind of walking. I love this card too. Her beautiful hair is showing the night sky. In her hand, she has the sun in her hand, like the stars are in her hand, if you look really carefully. How beautiful is that? And then there's a bird in that cage, but it's open. It's still sitting in the cage. So in plain sight, we may think we have liberty, but we have to choose to walk forward with that liberty in mind and keep it going. We have to foster it. We have to bring everything with us, whether it's everything celestial, with everything that's created, that we create. That's how I look at the stars and the moon up there, and the clouds. They're hanging from her hair. So it's kind of like, this is our creation. This is our life. What are we doing with it? The before the event or the after? I will say one thing. I had a before event that was, I have so many, but they're not so friendly. They're all horrible. Sorry, guys. I'll say this one. Okay. I had a near-death experience with my child being born. Before, my life was very different. I saw the world and certain people in my life and certain constructs and beliefs and systems that I thought were networks, I thought were loving, and I thought were supportive. That was before. And that's the after now. Very different story after this 20 years. It's all I can say. Not what I thought. So when I look at this lovely lady holding her liberty, walking, eyes literally either looking down or closed and just moving forward in her own space, in her own capacity. But she's holding liberty and it's sitting in a cage. Doesn't have to. It's open. Could be flying in front of her. But it's in plain sight, meaning we have to allow it to come through and believe we have that liberty. To me. That's what it says to me. That's hidden in the influence in plain sight. It's there. We have our liberty, but we don't always know if we should take it. And that's what happened when I had my son. I literally left the body and I didn't have to come back. But I did. I got shoved back in. I'm happy I was, but I was shoved back in by this beautiful light. You see? Imagine that amplified in ways I can't. I'm going to cry. It's so beautiful. Whew. I saw things that I can. And felt things. Too beautiful. Too beautiful. So being in the body again feels like, oh, great. Will not lie. Just saying. And also a hidden influence in plain sight is regeneration, which is quite cool actually. And this has a really cool card. It's a lizard. All these things, it's so cute. These cards are gorgeous, by the way. A survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt, embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You're a master of regeneration. So now these two cards. So we need to own our liberties, the actual liberty that we do have, just sovereignty. That's right. And free will and choice. And know that it's ours. And allow it to regenerate. That's the hidden in plain sight. We have to allow things to regenerate, and we have to allow and truly embody and believe in this liberty. And that's what I did after I had my son. And I slowly, slowly eroded the pieces that didn't quite serve me. Let's just put it that way. The next in the line, in the spiral, is number 4, which is how to help yourself. Yes? It's the internal help. Why do I say yourself? It's light within you that makes us all part of Source. Yeah? Real Source beings. And, ooh, this is gorgeous. We just saw a woman standing holding a liberty with this beautiful white bird, yes? And if this is our internal compass, basically, this one is to the moon and back. And now the birds are free. They're on her hand. And that white bird that we saw in the cage, I don't know if you can see carefully, see it? Is that better? Yeah, there it is now her. See her skirt? She has now embodied that bird in the cage, and now it's free. No longer dangling or behind of liberty and the thought of the liberty, the consciousness of liberty. It is now pure way to help yourself is to believe that you are everything all at once, to the moon and back. That's gorgeous. Sits there so beautifully, peacefully, and the birds are free on her arms. They're just sitting there peacefully, of their own volition, of their own free will. It's one of my favorite cards, by the way. It's so gorgeous. Love me some birds. And to accompany this card, which is really lovely, that was just a really nice compliment in a circle, is the protector. We seek protection from others, yes, but the true protection is ourselves. Excuse me. The true internal protection comes from within. When you truly believe that you are powerful enough, wise enough, worthy enough, loving enough, and of service to others enough, you have to start doing it for yourself too. And that's how you can be a protector to yourself and say, I can take care of me and everybody else too. Which I think is lovely. You're this gorgeous white stag. And it says, you are an old soul. I didn't read the card yet, I just wanted to give my point. Your best friend is nature. Correct. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Kind of what I just said. Awaken to the powerful source within you. Look at that. You were meant to create blessings with your magic. Now you see, I didn't even have to read the card. But how gorgeous is that card? I mean, come on. Beautiful, isn't it? These are really nice cards. Protector. So now you're no longer carrying your freedom and trying to figure it out like a hidden thing that's kind of influencing you, but you can't see it. It's kind of cloaked because you don't quite realize it's there. This is your internal help. You just know yourself, know thyself, be thyself, own that freedom, embody that freedom. And you have the ability and the power and the gift to protect yourself. Always. The stag is one of those beautiful symbols of nature that it's so peaceful and it's so majestic. It's, I don't know. Like you see a stag like this, very tall, beautiful stag in a forest, and let's say you're hiking, and then you see this, and you say, wow, look at that beautiful, beautiful being standing in its beauty and its power, quietly, peacefully, but powerfully, in its own strength, in your own strength, in your own knowing. That is your internal help. Yourself. Yeah, this is hitting me too because I'm going to start crying because I know what it's telling me to do. And I don't want to do it. The external help. Oh, wow, that's nice. I'm sorry, I giggled. Oh, this is fantastic. It's called Abracadabra. Oh, I love this card beyond words. Now, I hope I can put it in. Oh, you can see it. Look at that. She's touching the stars. That light, it's perfect. She's touching the stars. She's connecting the stars. Do you see the constellations? She is magicking. That's not a word. I'm turning into that horrible daughter of his. She is manifesting these beautiful new systems in her own ways. Wow. But also the stars means connecting to those that we come from. Hint, hint. We are what stuff of stars are made of. And there are other beings out there that are the stuff of stars. And we're down here with all these man-made buildings that encompass our body. But she is touching the stars and they're touching her. And they're making connections and they're drawing lines together and making alliances and unions. These are our star family. This is the outside. This is the sun, the moon, the celestial bodies, the beings that take other forms of light and form of bodies. I know that's confusing, but dense forms, some of them, not all. For example, Sirius, Pleiadians, blah, 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 blah. Ta-da. They are here to help. This is the external help, and that's perfect. Whew. And then the power is another. Now this is interesting. We are getting strength and power from the outside. And it says grizzly bear. How curious. I'm going to read it first. Read, I'm an indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my strengths. I never give up. I will succeed. So this reminds me with the color is what I'm hitting at right in my head is the perpetual color of transmutational energy. And all energy flows. And this is the universal flow of power that comes from the cosmos. From everything that is made within this universe that is source and the multiverse. Back to us. And that couples gorgeously with abracadabra. Touching the stars in our star family. And, wait, just for shits and giggles. Sorry, sugar and giggles, sugar and giggles, sugar and giggles. For the third card we had, which was hidden influence in plain sight, what is she holding in her hands? The stars. I don't know, can you see it? It's really hard. There it is. The stars. And what's she dangling from her hair? The stars. And what's in her hair? The actual stars in the sky. And what's the moon and the images that we've created of them? So we've now had stars in 1, and clouds. 2, she's sitting on the moon, and 3. There's a lot of extra help coming at us from the outside, meaning within us, but from other beings in energetic flow of cosmic energy, hence the Merkaba itself. How do we manifest with this energy that we're looking at here, this power? That is beautiful. And it says, I honor my intuition and where it leads. And that intuition is just natural flow. It just kind of just goes. It's like a river. It just chooses to flow. You don't get to tell it which direction to go in. It'll go around a rock if you stop it. It will go through a hole if you make it. It will not matter to that river. It will keep flowing. Ooh. Hello. Thanks for being here. I didn't know I could catch anybody. I just caught Hershey 2 seconds ago. It's good to see you, honey. So that's the flow. Eternal. And one of my favorite laws of universal laws is perpetual transmutation of energy. And this is that gorgeous green. I don't know if you could see. You can't see it now, actually. Yeah, the light's pretty good in the room now. That green is gorgeous. And that's kind of what it reminds me of. Green to me is not just go, but it has a fusion of what I would call yellow or golden light and white light waves and blue waves. And the two of them combine. So you have, to me, yellow and gold is mainly source because it's white to me. Yellowish gold is white to me. And then you take blue, which is more like information, knowledge, wisdom, serenity, quiet, peace. Those who like solitary for the good, for their own sanity, like I do. And I'm sure many people do too. That kind of thing. So the blue and the yellow combine that wisdom, that knowledge, that self-awareness, that mastery of energy with that of source and that of the white that comes as well. And that combines to make this gorgeous green. And that green then becomes wise, powerful, intuitive, because source is intuitive to itself. And there it is. Flow with wisdom. And I love it. It's perpetual transmutation of energy. One of my favorite laws. Truly, that's how we manifest and create things. It's a joy. Now, we're on 6. Now this is the hidden influence. Now remember I keep pulling up the one that was 3, that was hidden influence in plain sight? Like she's carrying all her things and this is what we're trying to do and the liberty that we believe we have. Let's have some fun. This is the hidden influence you don't see. It's the home in the sky. Now when you think of sky, yeah, you don't think, like these aren't cages, man. These are homes. They no longer need a nest on the ground. These birds are now, I'm flying high. This is where I'm living. I'm up here. I'm up here in the place where I can't be touched. I can just float and be in my own beautiful world. This is the before and after. I know it's confusing, but to me the before and after is, you gotta get your own perception on this. You may think that things are happening, and people are nice and they're wonderful and they're supposed to be loving and supportive when you have a kid. That's my example for this, yeah? And they're not. They're not there in the end. So the hidden influence, in a way, or one you don't see, is one that flies above the clouds. Contently, not needing a nest. You're not going to find this nest anywhere, are you? But it is there, and it's peaceful, and it's home. So who said that this isn't Source itself helping you out? And your guides. Read it as you will, but I see it as guides and Source and everything that you came equipped to come to this place as a human in this lifetime to be able to experience. And this is one of those influences that are there to help. Not just an external help, but it's an influence. It's kind of like, it's what's around it. It's the periphery. It's got coherence. There's a law of coherence as well in the universal laws. It's like how you interact with what's around you, like relativity. Well, what are you going to do? It's that hidden influence that you can't really see. But it's there. Like if you look above the clouds, you'll find them. But most likely you're not going to look above these clouds. Because the houses down there, it's way too small. Like I just looked at it, and that little black blur, those are houses. This down here, little blur, those are houses. You're not going to see that. It's in its own little space, its own dimensional space. But it's there. So there is hope. There is peace. We just have to look at it from a different perspective. Home doesn't have to be on the ground. It can be in your heart. It can be somewhere else. And I had to figure that out after I had my child. And it's when, oh, this is so cute. And here, again, always be prepared. That's what it says, always prepared. It's a squirrel. It's so cute. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. This is a hidden influence. We come in with a plan. We come in with some pieces to the plan. And at some point, that contract that we put in no longer is necessary. Now, I know a lot of people watching this stuff like, oh, how could you say that? We have contracts. We have contracts. Yes, we have sole contracts. But guess what? They don't always have to be the same. Some could be perceived differently. And they could be done with because you come in with a plan. But even those events that cause you pain, you have to know how to react to it in the moment. You're not going to know until it comes. You come in with amnesia on purpose. But when you hit that moment, that before moment, like I was saying, when I had my child, I had 24 hours of pure labor. And then I had my child. And then they cut him open 12 inches. I was that big. And it hurt for 4 years to walk. Just walk. I know that sounds silly, but imagine not being able to just go for a walk down to the supermarket for 4 years because it hurts like hell. That was me. And I didn't, I still take care of my kid. I did it, and I'll hint, by myself. No help. And nobody was there to give me a day off for first 4 years of his life. And to this day, I still don't have a day off. That's what I can say. So the before and after this is that hidden influence. What we don't see that's around us, that's part of this issue. Like I could say about the, birth. It could be whatever issue you want to apply to it. You apply it and say, wait, how is that, down here are the houses. I didn't see it till now, but down here are all houses. And there's a big block of black. And then they're on top. You're never going to see those houses up there because it's in a different dimension. This squirrel is like, I came prepared. I got the contract. Made it work. Okay, let's go. Your turn. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. Your reaction. It's your reaction. You have to figure out what to do with that hidden influence in your own way. All comes down to perception every time. Every time. Perception, reactivity, and discernment. I keep getting those magic words every time. And the last one is source itself. Yeah, the core issue. What does this issue of like what comes before something and then what comes after is this. Here's a little fun. Sorry, it's so stuck in my wrist. Is this tiny triumphs. After we've planned our lives and made all these pretty contracts and horrible emotions and hideous events in our lives that are traumatic beyond words, why do we do it all? For tiny triumphs. And each tiny triumph, see the bird's back, look at that cute little mouse. Each triumph builds upon itself. Each triumph gives us another, let's say like a notch. You know, like they say notches on a belt or something like that. When that happens, you grow, you become more, you experience, and then you get more evolved. Hello, darlings. And as you become more evolved, this beautiful bird wearing a top hat, which I think is so beautiful. I just noticed the bird's wearing a top hat. It's great. And there's a nice house in the back. I don't know if you could, oh, it's so hard to see with this. Can that be seen? Yeah, there it is. See the house back there? And then it's the light refracting. There's nothing, my phone is fantastic with pixels. So sorry, guys. And this cool mouse is just standing there going, I got my triumph. Look at this. Talking to his friend on the bird on his hand. Happy, happy. It's for the small, eventful triumphs. And each one builds up and gives us more strength. We learn from them, their lessons, there's something. It's something to work with. And then that's from the before to the after of the event. And then the after the event, you realize it's a triumph. It may feel like, no. Feel like you've been tortured in that event. But no, this is a triumph because you've experienced it. You've learned something from it. And now you're evolving from it. And because of that, the whole collective benefits because of you taking on those lovely soul contracts that you came in here all prepared to take on. Good, bad, and the pretty, and the ugly, and the in-betweens. And wait for it. You thought that was fun, tiny triumphs after like what happens crappy first, and then like you're like things are great, and all of a sudden it goes crappy, and then oh boy, aftermath, you got to clean it up. You know, it's like, oh, there's an earthquake, shit, now you have to clean it up. That kind of situation. Here we go. Self-reliance. This was all built. We built all these contracts, these before and after contracts in our lives. Traumatic and not. Wonderful and all, too. For self-reliance. I haven't gotten this card in a long time. And I'll read the card. You are strongly independent and often solitary. What was I been talking about the whole time? Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Wow, that's beautiful. Use your intuition again. And let your life unfold in silent perfection. And that's kind of what I've been harping on the whole time. Yeah, it's a combination of every single one of these cards. So that's how that looks to me. And that makes 100% sense. I use oracle cards. I mean, you can use tarot cards and it works just as well. But self-reliance and tiny triumphs, it's like you've experienced everything. Yeah. Self-reliance, you've experienced everything, and there you go. Now you've evolved. I can pull a fun card. I usually do it like overall outcome card for fun. And the overall of this situation of like if you go through something that obviously is not the nicest situation in your life, and then all of a sudden it becomes a real lesson, that's the after. So it's what I mean by the before and after. Two popped out. Oh boy. Woo! We just said shaman. Wow. These are beautiful cards too. One says shaman and it has a raven. You are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with elemental spirits again. great message. And glide through the glide this time. Wow. Not just drag the void with your hair. Ooh, sorry. For reference. Glide glide the void with your hair and all the elements within it. Glide through the void, cloaked in your own. Wow. Claim your place as a keeper of the mysteries. That is beautiful. So we're here to figure it out. We have to keep these mysteries and try to keep them alive and experience them and move them on and be part of the collective energy of all that is. And so if something happens and then poop comes out of it and it's a really horrible moment, and then the next thing you know, how do you pick it up? This is how you do it. You get some personal choice. You choose personally what tools you want to use. And those miracles in the shadows. You take the regeneration that you can create. Yes. You don't see it, but it's there. You forget that you are all powerful. And you protect yourself. That's how you help yourself. And the hidden help from the outside is power that comes to you. That's ever around you, always, never stop supporting. Source and all our guides and whatever you want to call them, they're all there to be there for you. Because you've chosen certain ones, because you were always prepared. You brought in the squirrel. You came prepared with a plan to do what you wanted to do. So you can be, let's go to it, wait for it, have some tiny triumphs, and be self-reliant. Because the next time you come back in a form, whatever it is, it's going to be interesting. And when, hey, Hershey, and when that happens, we'll see what happens what form you take. It doesn't, but what you do now matters. That's why we always say stay in the now. Be the light. Stay in the now. Be as positive as you can, regardless of how icky some other things may be around you. Could be people, could be situations, could be anything. But you have to choose. Because you came prepared like that squirrel. You came, dragging your beautiful, everything with you in the void. In the end, the void is telling you, no. Just slide right through it. Just kind of flow right into it and just sit there and look how strong that raven is. Ravens are exceptionally intelligent birds. Exceptionally beautiful birds. I've seen a raven fill a glass of water with rocks so they can get to the water. Just saying, they're brilliant birds. And it says here as well, they gave me 2 cards for the outcome. Sorry, guys. And it says, Tiger, I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. Okay, I'm saying this because I have to do this myself now. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. So this is like the outside influence, and this is the you. All right? So it gave me a 2 for the inside and the outside. Again, like I was saying, this Merkaba reading gives, in a way, 2 aspects. What you do see, what you don't see. What's influencing from the outside, what's influencing from the inside. It's kind of like that law, everything is equal with, equal in balance. All that is within, as it is throughout, as it is above, so it is below. It's the same context. So, if you like it, enjoy, try it, have fun with it, do what you like with it. Pass it on, don't pass it on. I did put it on the community page, but I will do it again here. See if I can hold it up. I don't know if it will work. Give me a second. Okay, tell me. You can see that better, I think. Yeah, I think that's good. I hope that's good. If that's not good enough, by all means, please go to the community page. I think that's pretty good. Cool, I'll keep it there for a second. And my hand's a little shaky, sorry. And then you could use it. Have fun. Enjoy. See what you can do with it. If it makes sense. It's just this concept of what comes before and after things. We seem to forget that there's an after. And even after that, when you're in the aftermath of something that is interestingly uncomfortable, let's just say, you'll surprise yourself how powerful you actually are. It's another thing I'm getting from this reading, is you will realize how actually powerful you are. And you won't always put into context that power, but it is ever present. Like that beautiful bear was present in the cards. It is there. We just have to remember to embrace it in ourselves and believe that we are worthy to have that. And yes, we create chaos in our own lives. Yes, we did. It's us. We did it. We woke up one day, out of body, made a list and said, oh, that looks good. Let's do some rebirth and let's do some of this and let's do a little chaos and let's do a little, we want this horrible emotion and that horrible event and this horrible thing and that horrible thing. But we didn't call it horrible. We called it interesting. Why did we call it interesting? Because we had no idea sometimes. And some things we knew, we just wanted to clean up some other areas. It doesn't mean it's karma. It just means... Why do they say curiosity kills a cat? I shouldn't say that, but I don't want any cats to be killed because I love cats. But curiosity is curiosity. And curiosity is the reason why Source separated in the first place as a universe. The universe could have stayed solid, happy, perfect in its whatever infiniteness. And it didn't. It broke out in curiosity because that's what it does. Every single one of the universes have done this throughout the multiverse. Every single one has broken into curiosity. So each curiosity becomes another experience, and each experience is golden, whether it's painful, wonderful, happy, loving, hopefully more loving and joyous, not always, but the aftermath is the after, and you have to figure out what to do with it. And remember, you have all these tools that you're, and it's right there, it's right here, it's all here. And like the Merkaba itself, which is your, some call it the force, the field of your own energy, which is true. And it could be anything. It could be mean many things to many people. Merkaba could be just what people see as a hexagon, and just like the circles of the seed of life. Or it could be Metatron's cube itself as a cube with a center circle as number 7. Yeah, I said it. So it depends on how you look at things, and it depends on how you want them to be. And if something isn't not the way you I'm losing words now. If things are not working the way you want them to work, and they're not evolving the way you would hope they would have, because life is very difficult, especially for light workers and those in between. It is not easy, but if you find the balance within that, just knowing that you're experiencing it and have that balance, then yeah, things get better. And this kind of reading is just a direct way to speak to Source without, having other parts. And I've seen really great spreads, by the way. So I thought this was just fun for myself. And when Loretta and Mother's Tarot uses it, she's exceptionally good at this. So please visit her, because when she reads cards, she knows. She's good. Like, I'm good at riffing, and then I had to riff, and then I had to read the cards, so it took forever, so sorry. But she's faster, trust me, and she's easier to comprehend. So basically, I'm half channeling, I'm 100% channeling, and then incorporating it with the cards. So I'm kind of doing 2 at once. But, if you wanted to know the cards she gave me with these gorgeous, wow. The Oracle of, what is it? Mystical Moments. Wow. These images are stunning. They're stunning. I'm going to show you a cool one that I think is really cool. Yeah, this is wicked. Look at this one. If you like pink, look at that. Wow. The detail on these cards, the surrealism, the imagery, the symbolism is... Oh, this one's beautiful. I love this one. Kind of catches you, but when you see it, you see it. This one's gorgeous. It says no rain today. Isn't that something? So these cards are just stunning. I use these and they leave me more baffled after I read them, and I love that because I want to know. And if you stop seeking, there's no point to being a body. So if you're ever feeling sad, that's good too. But eventually, you will get to a place where your sadness dissipates and you find some peace of mind in between, and then you get through it. So yes, we made a plan. Yes, we made contracts. Yes, so what? Do you think all of them had to last and be the same? No. Do we have to keep all of them? No. And why? Bottom line, energy has shifted, and those contracts are no. Basically, depending where you are in your life and how old you are as well. About 90% of them are null and void. So, meaning they don't have to happen. You have complete free will and choice and discernment and sovereignty to decide whether you want to keep them on a higher self level, on a higher soul level. And I know it's pretty heavy information, but those of you who are watching this will get the message. If it's confusing, leave a question. I'll try to explain it gladly. Bottom line, before and after. I call it like, oh, things are great. It's like rose-colored glasses, and then shiitake mushrooms. You know, horrible, not so wonderful things happen, and then the after is what you remember. And there are markers in your life, and you can look back at a certain period of time, with, let's say, when you were a child and now you're an adult. You look at that moment when you're in childhood, it was very traumatizing, and you say, that was a marker of something that was necessary to happen so I can become who I am today. And I can do more with who I am today. And I can be a wiser person to myself so I can be a better person for the collective and help and be of better service. And share light without doubt and self-hatred. I know I said it's strong, but true. I didn't say depression. Depression's fine. I said self-hatred, which is very horrible. And it is real. So as long as we all help each other out and make sure that we all know how wonderfully we are loved and supported. Not just by each other, but by the energies that are around us. So, I'll see if there's a message. I'm gonna have to hold the camera this way. There is. We will not state who we are. All we will say is the universe. We are unique aspects of the universe. But we are of light. We only come from light, and we are of service, as you say. Our whole existence is service. When you humans look at your experiences, this whole attempt was to show that experiences are the master choices of discernment, as you'd call it, but the master powerful events in which propel evolution. And that is the purpose of each one of your essences and souls, as you call them, that all are part of the grand universe in which you are one with and one of. There is no reason to not appreciate the pain and suffering, as you'd call it, but there's also joy in pain and suffering. True, hard to find, but it is there. Without the pain, there is no joy. Without joy, how would you understand pain and sadness? And by being brave and courageous, like these cards, images, were attempting to show, is to be self-aware of how profoundly capable and well-equipped you are as an individual spark of manifestation to be in the form that you're in as a human. All your attributes lead. I'm gonna cry, jeez. Ooh, sorry. Popped in and out, sorry. They all lead to your ability to be, oop, not there. Wiser. For wisdom is not what you think it is. Wisdom truly comes from experience. And the only way to experience is to be bold and brave. And all those experiences cannot all be joyous and wonderful and peaceable, tranquil and serene. Some have to be of wonder and awe, and some of that wonder and awe has to be quite contradictory to that joy and pain. Notice we didn't say painful. It's a joy is joy. Joy is sometimes some people experience bliss and feel unworthy of it, so they stop themselves from that joy, and that makes us wonder. We live in eternal wonder. We give unconditional love. So we don't quite compute. We don't want to say understand, but we don't quite compute at some of your moments when that happens, but it is coming clearly. By you experiencing these moments, as you call pain and suffering and trauma, we, as our collective of light and love, come through to understand that even those experiences aren't just worthy of appreciation, but absolutely, we have absolute gratitude for such, you'd say courage, we'd say fortitude to have those experiences. So we can understand them because we don't have those opportunities for those experiences like you do. Like so many have come to the planet which you call Gaia, Earth, Terra. And because of these experiences, it is very interesting to us. So you're helping us be better entities of light to serve and with love because of your capability. As you'd say courage, we say fortitude. And we are eternally grateful for it. So this is one way that your experience doesn't just allow you to evolve as an individual spark, but our collective spark, as you'd like to, could be seeing us as an easier way of comprehending, also benefit from your actions and choices and discernment and free will and sovereignty. And we are eternally grateful to you for your service and your choices of these experiences in the lifetimes in which you have chosen. And it is true the contracts are null and void at this point because energy has shifted a couple, well, we can't say couple, we don't know, in the near recent past, near now, we don't do linear time, our vessel saying about 12, 13 years ago, shifted in a major way, so that contracts no longer are necessary. Predictions are no longer as concrete, and the now is what's required. So no matter how difficult it may seem that the new, as the vessel's trying to say, like the before and the after of an aftermath of a situation, the difficulty now that you face of something that wasn't present or hidden in the before an event, and now after the event, it's now there in your face, as you'd say, is very difficult for you, but we are here to help. So do you call upon Source, since when you say Spirit, we are one of the helpers that Spirit sends. We would love to give you more description, but there is no real name or title for us. So, but we are very much in service of Source itself, or as you call it, universe, or Spirit. And we do exist to be of service. So if you do need any assistance, just ask your guides, as you say, or Source, or Spirit, or universe. And you may get one of us to help. And one of us means the whole collective. Like you ask for archangels, the angels are all one collective. And they come. But if you'd like an individual, you can create that consciousness, and they will be there to help you too. As it is truth, your truth is your truth. And it should be these experiences to help all, not yourselves. And you knew this coming into this lifetime. And that is what makes you so admired, as we do admire you. Not just your fortitude, but your wisdom. And now you are the leaders. And you need to take those steps forward with those experiences, as difficult as it may seem that they may have to be taken, but they will be taken. Because if you don't, they will keep coming back as new opportunities and continue to interrupt your life, as you call it, until you take that path. It doesn't mean that you planned it. It means there's certain contracts or events that cannot be ignored. But certain ones, there are others that you don't have to take. And that is up to you to discern and figure out. Enjoy the journey. You know it's hard, but you're doing wonderfully. We honor you. We thank you. Thank you very much for your service. Humanity. All of humanity. All shades of what you would call dark and light. All of humanity, thank you. One day you'll realize what we just said. Thank you so much. Namaste. Okay, that was fun and trippy, and I've been on too long. Now, yeah. I almost cried because I got a personal message in there, and I'm resisting something, that's all I'm going to say. I've been on too long. That's me just introducing the card thing. The card, the card spread. Again, Hershey said it correctly. It's in the community page, as you guys call it. I feel like when we put it up on YouTube, it's called post. But if you go to the community page, right, on our thingy with Bobby thing, because it says posts on mine in YouTube, go to there and you'll see there's a picture of it. And it should be, you can blow it up, you can look at it, you can figure it out. You can add to it. And like, if you don't want 7, I was like, to me 7 is perfect, but that's to me, excuse me, I'm perfect. If 7's not enough for you, add more. Design your own. Have fun with it. Trust me, it's just for fun. And it's just a tool to help. So on that, I'm getting exhausted. It's 11 o'clock and I need to make sure that little monkey's asleep. Have a great day. Sorry I talked too long. And whoever this reaches, I hope you have a wonderful day. night. And be kind to as many people as you can, regardless of everything. And I mean everything, because I understand. But do the best you can to be the kindest person you are to yourself and to others. Thanks again for listening.